Okay. Welcome to the BCI Continuing Professional Development, or CPD Instructional Webinar. During this presentation, my colleague Paul Cavan and I will talk you through how to update and manage your CPD with the BCI in order to get the best out of the programme. CPD with the BCI is an important tool and a membership benefit for you, the member, to keep a record of your achievements as you work towards remaining professionally current in this ever-changing industry.
Now, do I have to attend courses to claim points?
We know that a lot of CPD or continuing professional education programs out there are based on points and attendance at specific events. Here at the BCI, however, we have realised that not everyone can attend specific CPD pointed events, and in the current economic climate, attendance at any events can be difficult. So we've developed our CD programme with our global membership in mind. We want you to be able to complete your CPD without any financial or travel pressure. In fact, it's even possible to earn your CPD hours each year without leaving your desk. If you want to attend BCI or other events, that's great. But if you can't, that's okay too.
Well, that's great, but what kinds of activities can I use to claim hours?
To ensure a well-rounded programme, CPD hours must be spread across all of the 6 BCM professional practice skill areas as outlined in the Good Practice Guidelines. Within the CPD programme, activities are divided into either structured CPD or unstructured CPD. Structured CPD is split into 2 categories of directed study and self-directed study. In this section, you can claim hours for writing BCM articles, being a mentor for a fellow BCI member, attending BCM training courses either inside or outside your workplace, along with many other options. CPD hours can also be recorded for unstructured CPD activities, like studying for non-BCM related certifications or reading BCM articles and reports. Major changes in your employment, which require learning new or revitalising existing skills, may also be considered as CPD learning. The key to all CPD recordable hours is that you are learning and reflecting on that learning.
How do I reflect on the learning?
Well, that takes us to the BCI CPD system. Let's sign in and walk through the process. You access your CPD pages through the members area of the main BCI website at www.thebci.org. Once you log in, you click on Access CPD on the list on the left-hand side of the page. This will take you through to your CPD pages, which look like this. As you can see, you can download a guide to CPD, which will detail what activities you can claim hours for, and there's a help section for assistance in adding records. You can also email cpd@thebci.org at any point with any queries.
What is all that down the left-hand side?
The CPD system that the BCI uses calculates all of your totals for you and keeps you up to date on how much of your CPD is complete. The system works on a 3-year cycle. For example, if you're an associate member or an AMBCI, you will need to achieve 60 hours learning across 3 years, split equally over the 6 skill areas with a minimum of 15 hours per year. So, if you do the bare minimum of 15 hours in the first 2 years, this would mean that you would need to do 30 hours in the 3rd or final year to complete your target of 60 hours within the 3-year cycle. Alternatively, if you had a very productive year 1 and did 40 hours of CPD, you would still need to do the minimum 15 hours in years 2 and 3 to complete the 3-year cycle, even though it would be a total of 70 hours. So most people like to aim for around 20 hours per year to keep it simple. It's also a rolling system, so if, as in the previous example, years 2 and 3 were 15 hours, you would need 30 hours again the next year to complete the 60 hours for your active 3-year cycle. Your active 3-year cycle is based on your current year and the 2 previous completed years. Your active status is detailed on the left-hand column under New CPD Period, and your previous complete period is detailed above under completed CPD period.
Sounds complicated.
Not at all. The system will calculate it for you and will show you what still needs to be done to achieve in the current year. In the left-hand column under current CPD period, each year and each skill area has a bar for progress, and you can see from here how much you've entered and how far you have to go.
Oh, okay, I see. Well, that makes it much clearer. But it has 2010 and 2011 on those bars. Will I be penalized for not starting earlier?
No, not at all. CPD with the BCI is currently a voluntary membership benefit, and you can start whenever you'd like. But if you're applying to upgrade your membership from AMBCI to MBCI through the alternative route to upgrade, you need to have 3 complete years, so we've allowed people to backfill their learning.
So I can upgrade my membership using the CPD process?
You can apply to upgrade your membership from AMBCI or SBCI, provided that you have at least 3 years of CPD completed, have held your AMBCI or SBCI for at least 1 year, and can demonstrate the 3 years of BCM experience required for MBCI. For more information on the CPD upgrade route and an application form, you can email our membership department on membership@thebci.org, and they'll be happy to help you upgrade.
Well, this all looks very interesting. How do I start to enter my CPD record?
The system is very simple. You click on the My Records in the top bar, and this page appears. You then click on CPD Records in the left-hand column to get to this page. And this is where you can start to add records. You begin by clicking on Add New, and from here you can enter a new record using the Guide to CPD as a reference for whether the activity is structured or unstructured CPD, and the maximum number of hours you can claim in each activity. Let's take an example of reading the latest issue of Continuity magazine. It took you an hour to read, and there were a number of interesting articles which you felt taught you something new. You can claim up to 5 hours a year for reading BCM-related articles under unstructured CPD, so you can use this hour towards your CPD. You enter the name of the activity, Reading Continuity Magazine issue Q1 2012, into the Event Activity box and record the date in the Date box. As it is unstructured CPD, you select Read BCM-related article from the Unstructured CPD drop-down box.
What about the structured CPD box?
You can leave this blank for this example, but you would use this instead of the unstructured CPD drop-down box if you were entering a structured CPD event or activity, for example, writing an article on BCM.
And what about reflected learning? I'm a bit confused about that.
The sections on reflected learning and future development are probably the most useful parts of your CPD pages. It's here you can document what you have learned from your activities, and if necessary you can plan actions from that learning. For example, when you're reading Continuity magazine, if you read an article entitled Social Media, Asset, Threat or Distraction in a Crisis, you may decide that your organisation needs a better social media response capability, and you now have a way for this to be part of your plan. Your learning is a realization that you can use something new, and your planning is that you will look into implementing this. Established best practice confirms this is a more useful way of documenting CPD for yourself, as you get a comprehensive record and a planning tool. You can also put a target date for the completion of your future development, so you can track your ongoing progress.
Well, I suppose that sounds more useful than just gathering points without any reflection or true learning. After all, anybody could simply register to attend a conference and just spend time in the coffee shop rather than actually listen to and learn from the sessions.
Absolutely. The BCI Reflected Learning CPD program demonstrates a commitment to true lifelong learning. Once you've completed a new piece of learning, you need to allocate the time spent under one or more of the 6 BCM professional practice skill areas. This is up to the individual member to decide which area the learning relates to. Once you've finished completing the form, you have 2 options. You can either click Submit, which will save your entry into your CPD records and update your progress bars. Or, if you want to attach documents, for example, a certificate from a training course or a scan of an article, you can click Save and Next, which will take you to another page where you can upload attachments. You can do this by clicking Add New, and then you can browse your computer for the file and give it a title. Once you've found your file and named it, click OK to complete the upload, and then Close to return to your CPD record.
Well, that seems to be a lot easier than I might have thought.
It is a simple system, and once you've got into the habit of documenting your CPD, it takes no time at all, perhaps 15 minutes a month, to document your achievements. Also, you can enter more than your minimum hours if you want to. The CPD system is a member benefit and can work as a complete repository for your professional development over your career, and this can prove very useful when applying for a new job or promotion or a new consultancy position.
Well, I hadn't thought of that. I could use it during my annual appraisal or to ask for that pay raise I've been after. Would I have to give my boss my password to show him or her the records?
No, not at all. If you click on My CPD on the top bar and then My CPD in the left-hand column, it gives you a list of all your CPD activities, and you can click on each header to expand the record. You can then just copy and paste this into a Word document.
I see something called a CV Builder. What's that?
This is a lovely little tool that allows you to build your CV or resume within the system. If you click on it, you can complete each section or update them and then print or email it from the system when you need to.
Wow, that's great. I never seem to have an up-to-date copy of my CV with me. At least now I'll know where I have one available.
You can also access this CV Builder from the bar along the top of your CPD, and the last thing to cover is the My Grade button on the top bar, which is a reference guide to how many hours in each of the 6 skill areas you should achieve for your membership grade. More senior members require more CPD hours to maintain their expertise. Just click on any of the skill areas to get a breakdown.
That's really great. I'm going to start working on my CPD right away.
Great. And remember, you can email cpd@thebci.org at any time. And if you have any questions, the staff will be more than happy to help. Good luck.